Oh, we are back. Well, I've been waiting for this show for a long time. Robin kind of put this thing together along with Ryan, and I said, boy, I just can't wait. We came up with a date, and this has really been special because who doesn't love Elvis? And who doesn't love someone who pays homage to him and does a great job? And you can't find anybody better. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Roth, everybody. Hey,
Thank you so much.
Hey, Ryan. You're the man, buddy.
Thank you.
We got to just say it one time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Very much. Okay. You know, I remember watching the Hawaii special, first concert ever to be broadcast by satellite around the world.
That's correct.
And it was unbelievable. And, you know, today, some of the bands depend on a lot of lighting effects, and you know the story where I'm going with this. And it's so nice to sit back and see an entertainer and not worry about where the lights are flashing, blah, 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 because you're totally absorbed into this talent, which we're watching in you. And I know I say these things, I always tell people, I don't bullcrap. I ain't got time to do that. If I love a talent, I love a talent. I told you that when I first met you. I gave him some Elvis questions. He knew every one of them. Who was that girl with the high-pitched voice?
Kathy Westmoreland.
He's the man. He's the man. And I can see that drummer today, the guy with the long hair, you know, playing those drums on that special.
Right.
How did it evolve that you said, at what point in your life did you know this is something you want to do?
Well, you know, really, I started off singing professionally other musics, but Elvis got me interested in singing at a very early age, really when I was about 10 years old. And, you know, when I was 20, I had my own show at Cedar Point doing 50s and 60s rock and roll. When I was about 27, I was on TNN, the Country Music Channel. I recorded with the guy that was Clint Black's fiddle player. I was offered a demo deal to sing demos for Polygram's publishing side. And in my 30s, I sang anything that was Frank Sinatra, Tony Bennett, Bobby Darin, Tom Jones, Engelbert Humperdinck down at the Grand Victoria and the Belterra casinos.
Oh, it's a beautiful theater, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. And then about 5 years ago, you know, I decided, you know, what the heck. You know, I've always loved Elvis's music. I've always been able to sound relatively close to his sound. So I thought, why not try it? And so I started at that point.
Well, I saw you for the first time there at the Victory Theater. We were raising money for Tim Harrison's Outreach for Animals. And I met you after, and I said at that point, I do a talk show, and I'd love to have you on the show. You've got a great band here.
They're fantastic.
Super band. I mean,
to give you an idea, the band that we have here, you know, there are a number of them that play multiple instruments. Our guitarist also plays trombone. Our bass player also plays drums. Our trombonist can play bass and guitar and right on down the line.
do mamas play fiddle?
Pardon me?
Mama plays fiddle? No, there ain't no mama plays
No, I don't. Well, we have somebody that plays the flute.
Tell you what let's do. Tim, we got a new director tonight. What I'd like to do is have her start over there with that first young fella with this camera here. Shoot that first guy over there, and as Ryan watches the monitor, he's going to introduce each one of them. So when you're ready, shoot that guy on the end. Yeah, you got to smile because Mama's going to be watching you on TV. In. Oh no, can we see him? Yeah, lean your head over now. Okay, well that's because he's so damn tall. Ryan, now what's his name?
That's Phil.
Phil, and the next guy?
That's Andrew.
Hi, Andrew. Raise your hand. Hi, Andrew. And the guy in the back there?
That's Ben.
Hey, Ben, raise your hand. Wave to Mama and all the people. And then the next guy to him. Can we see it?
King Kohler.
I say to stand up, but you are standing up. That's a very terrible thing to say. And what's his name? I'm sorry.
Dustin.
And trombone?
Dustin's on trombone.
Did you get the guy in the back already?
Rick is in the back. Rick does the scarves and the water like Charlie Hodge.
Okay. And the young drummer there?
That's Tyler.
Now, pan on over. Let's get the rest of them. And you want to start with the two, let's start with the two guys in back. Raise your bass player.
That's Zach.
Hey, Zach, good job, buddy. And the other guy there.
That's Brian.
Hey, Brian. And the first young lady there.
That is Trace.
Mm-hmm. And
that's Michelle.
Now, there's something special about Michelle.
Michelle is my fiance.
Fiance? Is in fiance? You part of
Turn
fiance?
around, turn around, Michelle. Turn around.
Da 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 da.
I know when I pick some, don't I? Mm-hmm.
You know who I have to tell you who she looks like, don't you? Who does people tell you look like all the time? Yes. Yes.
Yeah, not just Farrah Fawcett Majors.
Aha, there you go. He appreciates that too, right?
Yes.
And the next young lady?
Lisa.
Lisa.
Mm-hmm. And our newest member is Alex.
Alex?
Mm-hmm.
Alex, okay. You guys are great. And you sound like you've been together for 125 years. Well, I don't want to exaggerate. 124 years. You sound like you guys have been together. You have a great sound. You can be very proud of this band.
Oh, I am very fortunate.
And you have to say to yourself, Ryan, they wouldn't be standing here. They wouldn't even be here if they didn't love and admire your talent, because it's hard to find people to stick together the way these people are and play the way they do, because they love the music and they love the guy in the front.
Cool.
And that means a lot.
Well, it does, and it really goes both ways, because we rehearse on Sundays, and that's one of the times during the week that I really look forward to, because we go in there and we play, we rehearse Elvis, we rehearse all of the other musics that we do, and everybody just sort of does their thing and has input. And Dustin, our trombonist, is actually Bobby Bear's nephew. Did I have that right? Great nephew.
Oh,
okay. Bobby Bear, the country music star.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorites. And Dustin just sort of put all of this together for
He's the
us.
man, huh?
Mm-hmm.
He's the man.
He really does a great job.
I was on the road for a while. Great job, guys.
My idol is as far as who I like is Elvis Presley.
Oh, he's the best.
Yeah. He's really is the greatest entertainer to ever walk the face of the earth. And it's very interesting that we're here talking about colitis and diverticulitis, because that's one of the conditions that Elvis Presley had. People don't really realize that it was one of his health conditions that he had, as he got on in years.
So because of the medication, it probably caused some problems.
Well, I don't really know about that, but I just know that that's something that he overcame every night, to be able to go out on stage 200 nights a year and entertain and be close to his fans. And that's the other thing too. A lot of people don't really realize that Elvis did the same songs night in and night out, and they might have changed them up a little bit as far as the arrangements from one tour to the next, but they did it the same every night when they were on a tour. They did it the same exact way every night. And as an artist, that is kind of tiresome, because you're not varying things enough. And Elvis always wanted to give his very best in front of the audience, because he never knew who was going to be there to see him for the first time. So he always wanted to give his very best, and always did give his very best. Sure. But the thing is that doing those same songs night in and night out, even though he loved performing and he loved his audience as an artist, that's very tiresome. I get to do Elvis, once or twice or maybe 3 times a month, and it's exciting for me, because I don't have to go out and sing "Burning Love" every single night.
Every night, yeah.
The same way that we did it in rehearsal.
Well, let me ask you. In the life story, he had been away for a while, and then he was opening up in Las Vegas. And he was extremely nervous. He wasn't sure if they would give him a good reception. And as I watched his life stories, I'm not sure, you can probably tell me all this is true or not, but why wouldn't they love him? But he was really nervous about performing there in Vegas.
Well, I've had the opportunity to meet several people who knew Elvis. I've been fortunate enough to meet them, and he was always worried that that he wasn't going to go over well or wasn't going to succeed. And basically, when they did Vegas, he had just done the comeback special in '68, and they started doing Vegas in '79, and then he had his record sellout run at the Vegas Hilton in 1970. And the reason that they chose Vegas was because Elvis wanted to get back into performing live shows and touring again. And they figured that the best way to do that was to go and perform in Vegas. Now in the 50s, he didn't do very well in Vegas, but in the 69 and 70 performances, he really went over well. And one of the things that they did was they picked songs by other artists, like we just did. You've Lost That Love and Feeling. That's the Righteous Brothers, and they wanted him to do songs that were had more substance, is the word that I'm looking for, because times had changed and the music business had progressed, and they wanted him to do material that had quite a bit more substance and the kind of material that a great artist like Elvis could sink his teeth into to hold the audience's attention. And he basically would take these songs and add a lot of bells and whistles to them in the shows, because one of the things that was really great about Elvis as an artist is that he recognized that he had to hold the audience's attention, and he couldn't just come out and do the song like it was on the record.
Sure.
So they would change it up, and they would work a lot with the drummer to coordinate, the beats with Elvis's moves.
Little routine.
So
before you get up and do another song, I was listening to WSWO 97.3, playing all your favorites all the time. They played an Elvis song, and I thought, he said, you folks may not know this, but Elvis recorded this song too, and he played Put Your Sweet Lips a Little Closer to the Phone.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know he recorded. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, of course he would know.
Yeah,
he knows everything about Elvis.
Well, there's still songs that I'm finding that
Yeah.
that I didn't know that he recorded. Like there was a song that I did when I was on TNN. It was It Looks Like I'm Never Gonna Fall in Love Again, which was originally done by Tom Jones.
Yeah.
And Elvis recorded it as part of the Jungle Room sessions, and I didn't realize that until a few years ago.
Well, what you going to do next for us?
Well, we're going to do my favorite single that Elvis did, recorded, Suspicious Minds.
Well, if it's your favorite, it's going to be my favorite.
Well, thank you very
All right,
much,
buddy.
Rob. I appreciate
Ryan
you.
Roth, everybody's going to go up and do another
you.
song for us.